Lee Kangxi. In this video, I will analyzing two infographics about college student study. Meanwhile, I have also created a new infographic which combine their advantage. Although the main idea is similar, it improved the utility and some visual design elements. In this new infographic I created, I have used creative and critical thinking many times to improve my infographic attraction. So the first infographic is the best study habits, which was designed by CamelBooks.com in 2016. This infographic points out four main ways to study, and it also needs some study habit we need to avoid. This content is very comprehensive. The second infographic, how college students study, was created by Marcus in 2013. This infographic focuses on showing the college student study. Now I'm going to be analyzing the first original infographic in more detail. This infographic is very clear because it will use some warm color like orange, green, and white. It makes the full infographic much clearer and easy to visit because of the high contrast between the color or gradient used instead of the similar ones. Also, it has enough white space and balance. According to actually, the proper color and contrast make infographic much clearer, and people can make it more accessible to find out the critical information. Also, she said that the white space is an essential part of our infographic. A suitable space can increase readability and create an insurance. Moreover, the balance of this infographic is very good. Each part of the infographic has a perfect proportion and equal distribution. However, according to actual opinions, the visual design elements include the utility and heritage. In this model, it is hard to find the difference between the items because the size of the different topic is hard to distinguish. There is no absolute difference in the size of the word, which should make it hard to find the main idea and highlight. Plus, a good infographic should have good utility. This infographic is too many pieces of information I put it up together. Even some of them are repetitive things. This infographic also needs to highlight and center the center argument. Otherwise, it is difficult for reader to find the main idea of the infographic. Let's see the following infographic. You can know the idea of the author is to show the data and proportion of the college students' study habits. The whole infographic will view the data without any in-depth explanation. It only has some generalization and general distraction, such as how much students always attend class and yes, no other further explained. On the other hand, this infographic is using the solely color and word. It makes the infographic much more transparent and tidier. All the primary information is in the middle of the infographic so that we can skim the information. However, as actually said, the infographic should have a right scale, which means each item and information should related to each other. The more important the data, the larger the church size. If they are a similar size, we will look at the infographic without any focus at all. However, the entire church have no permanent points and different size. Also, the font of explanation is too small to read it. The whole article does not have any certain argument, only a lot of church and data, which make it impossible for our audience to get any conclusion. I mainly aim at combining the contents of the two original infographics into the new one, and its visual display will be more perfect than before. Firstly, I designed my infographic color with orange, red, and black in order to let the audience focus the content, and image will much more clear because the contrast is high. You can find that the background color has a huge contrast with the color of the font, and the data is extremely clear. Secondly, the content of the infographic is connecting to original infographic. I used the main summary and some tips for students success in the first infographic. Plus, I used the data from the second infographic to support my main idea. It made my new infographic more convincing and including more content because I have more data and example to support my statement. Finally, according to actually presentation, I also modified the header, space and balance because enough space can make all the element to be seen clear and include the readability. Also, I improved the header and balance in my infographic because header can show the difference in significance between the items. People can identify what is the key and subject. They can quickly load which learning methods are important. Balance is a way to make the infographic more symbolical. Balance is a way to make the infographic more symmetrical. It allow the image to be more distributed to allow too much extra and useless content on the side. Critical and creative thinking in new infographic. I use the critical thinking when I analyze and judge the original infographic according to the rich approach. I need to wonder and evaluate critically, which means to analyze and judge information to make an informed decision, because I always need to ask and find the correction about the original infographics. Besides, I should evaluate the infographic and then text which way is suitable for us. Plus, actually said that creativity is a function of knowledge, imagination, and evaluation. All steps in new infographic are my own innovation, from the background color to distribution. As you can see, I improved the type of chart and use black and orange to get the background. Finally, if I have no learned how to use the critical and creative thinking, I didn't know how to pick the infographic that need improve, and it is hard to create a new infographic with my own idea. From the process of creating this one, I used all skills that I learned from the ICT course, like creativity and critical, just like maybe making some podcasts. In my opinion, ICT course knowledge can be used in everywhere, not just some learning reading a book. It's just like you can make some infographic and you can use it in your future.